Yes, we've all heard that same old line before. Wii U is just 7-year-old technology with a bad gimmick attached, completely unworthy of the title of next generation, of no interest whatsoever to the hardcore gamer. Well, a decidedly hardcore personality from a decidedly hardcore developer, Epic Games Vice President Mark Rein has had something to say about Wii U lately, and what he had to say was this, quote, I played Batman Arkham City on the Wii U, and they are doing some really cool stuff with the new controller, unquote. So yet another to the long list of decidedly hardcore developers, many of whom barely even messed with the idea of the original Wii, who think that this new controller is nothing but a benefit to the hardcore gaming experience. And yes, I know Batman Arkham City will have been out for about a year by the time it's out on Wii U, but it's not as though Game of the Year editions of retail games aren't already standard practice on the 360 and PS3 many months after the original release of the game. So Nintendo can't have an enhanced version of an old game too, when that's already standard practice for a lot of major games on the 360 and PS3. Double standard, I say. Another quote. Do you remember that Zelda demo they had on it? Would you not buy a Wii U just to play that? Of course you would. That Zelda demo was gorgeous, and we could do even more than that with Unreal Engine 3. Unquote. So yes, the Zelda real-time HD experience from E3 2011 that some people wanted to say was proof that Wii U's graphics were subpar, barely up to the mantle of 8th gen. Now, Mark Rein, guy, at the lead of Epic Games, is saying that, well, that demo looks great to me, and why would you not buy a Wii U to play a game with like that? So, and then he talks about Unreal Engine 3 on Wii U. So, Wii U is going to have Unreal Engine 3. I mean, this is pretty much a given, but that says quite a lot about what this system may or may not be capable of. I mean, when the Samaritan demo was shown at last year's Game Developer Conference, there was no question whatsoever that the visuals demonstrated in that demo were next generation, of high caliber, and certainly good graphics. And Mark Rein is talking about running the same engine that powered the Samaritan demo on Wii U. And that's not to say that Wii U will necessarily be able to run a game that looks the same as the Samaritan demo, but the fact that it's going to support Unreal Engine 3 makes it eligible for that to be a possibility when we see what this thing could really do. And mind you, Unreal Engine 4 is not out of the question at this point. I mean, it may or may not be that likely, but we now know that we haven't seen Unreal Engine 4 at this point. We don't know what systems it will or won't be running on. And there's been news of Epic Games representatives going to different hardware manufacturers of next generation home game consoles and giving them specific advice on how to optimize their systems to run Unreal Engine 4. So there's quite a lot of possibility in that department just with Unreal Engine 3 producing beautiful graphics in the 8th generation, let alone the possibility of it running Unreal Engine 4. And a couple more quotes from Mark Rein. Quote, I like the Wii U. I think E3 will be a big eye-opener for people. Unquote. Quote, I think we've yet to really see what the Wii U can do, and I think at this E3 this year, they're going to really shock us. Unquote. Now, I've been saying this for months, and people have called me delusional. I'm just an insane fanboy clinging to this fantasy that Wii U is just going to impress everyone at E3, and now we have a decidedly hardcore developer, not just a hardcore developer, but a developer whose graphics technology has been, held as a standard for what excellent graphics are, getting excited about Wii U. And whether or not Wii U ends up running Unreal Engine 4, or whether or not it ends up being the most powerful console of the 8th generation at the end of the day when all the systems are finally on the market years from now. But at this point, you can no longer say that Wii U is a underpowered last gen system, unworthy of delivering a compelling experience to the gamers of 2012 and beyond, without also spitting in the face of the excitement and enthusiasm of the vice president and of one of the most decidedly hardcore developers around, who say that this system's going to be great and I'll be surprised if it doesn't do well. So you could say that Wii U is going to be underpowered, that the graphics are going to be crappy, that it's going to have absolutely nothing to do with the interests of a hardcore gamer, but you're going to be saying that in direct opposition to Epic Games and Mark Rein, whose technology has been used in the past to paint both Wii and Wii U as underpowered systems that, you know, the hate ship is just taking on water. It's just coming down fast, and at E3, the hate ship's just going down in terms of it being fashionable to hate Nintendo just on principle, to look cool and hip to some people on the internet. I mean, the haters are still going to be out there, but they're just going to be splashing in the water with absolutely nothing of substance supporting them, because like all this irrational naysaying about the Wii U, I mean, it has a lot to prove still to come, but this just irrational, baseless naysaying that's just going to be this completely pathetic system with no good graphics and no third-party support and no hardcore games. It's just collapsing before our eyes right now, and I just can't wait. I can't wait till E3 just to see, just to see this whole like castle of cards just come crashing down on the people who think that Wii U is just going to be another Wii. So that's what I have to say about that. Thanks for watching.